Hello and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Leah Cullis and I'm your guide for our session today. Today we're going to focus on grounding down. So we know from watching the natural world that everything starts at the earth and rises up. The beauty rises and comes into all new creative, flexible, and free forms. Same is true for us in our own bodies. So today we're going to focus on what's touching the mat, what's touching the floor, and really using that as our platform for exploration, creativity, and freedom, physically, mentally, and beyond. So with that, we will be exploring different shapes, but keeping our energy focused on grounding down so that we can rise up. We got to anchor to grow. Okay, let's get started in a short and simple meditation. If you have a prop like a yoga block or a pillow or even a book near you, go ahead and sit underneath both of your sits bones so that your hips are higher than your knees and you can allow your blood to flow through your legs. You can sit in either Virasana like I am or Sukhasana easy pose with ankles crossed. Once you get there, ground your palms to your thighs. We're closing the circuit of energy, so we no longer have our sensors out. Our sensors are to our bodies of our palms, and this will help ground the energy from the heart down into the legs, and we lean into our seats. All right, then lift your heart high, lift the crown of your head up, close your eyes, and simply watch your natural breath. Notice the qualities of your breath as we begin our practice together. The breath is the thread that carries prana or life force energy through the whole body and also unites the body and the mind. So when you focus on your breath, you get access to feeling more grounded in your body. Notice how you feel in your whole body now that you've been focused on your breath. Let's meet with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Really anchor your thumbs into your heart space and spark your fingers wide. Anchor and grow your palms open. And set your intention for your practice today. What is it that's guiding you energetically through every pose and in every breath? All together, let's take a deep breath in, fill up all the way. Open mouth, exhale. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands back to your thighs. Gently open your eyes. See the earth first. Ground your vision. And now lift your gaze. Okay, yogis, go ahead and slide your props off to the upper edges of your mat. Have them ready to go and hands distance away from you. And then bring your feet out in front of you. So your knees are pointing up to the sky, feet out in front of you, both hands behind you. So it's like a Navasana boat pose variation. And then draw your right knee closer to your chest, cross your right ankle over your left thigh for seated figure 4. Now, here's where you get specific. If this is enough for you, you just stay, flex your right foot. If you need more space in your pose to feel grounded and anchored, walk your left foot out or your hands back behind you. If you need a little more intensity, walk your hands closer towards you, move your left foot in. Wherever you are, open up your heart space. So draw your upper arm bones back and then radiate your breath through your entire body. Okay, if you moved your feet in, you may need a little more space for this next expression. Walk your left heel out slightly. Catch the right pinky toe edge of your foot with the eye of your left elbow. Right hand off to your right side. And then give yourself a little self massage in your glute muscles. So roll around and just bring some lubrication and some new energy to your mighty glute muscles that support you through sitting and standing, all your activities on your feet. When you find a sweet spot, you can stay for a couple of breaths, send your pranic filled breath there and your attention there and start to free up your tissues. All right, let's switch sides. Come back to neutral, both feet on the ground, both hands behind you. You can always use your opposite hand to help your left ankle over your right thigh. Then build your shape. Notice this side might be totally different for you than the other side. So lean into what's present in this moment, in this pose, right here for your body. Flex your left toes, draw your upper arm bones back. So in every pose, even if we're seated, we're still looking for a long, tall spine so our energy centers can open and be nourished. Let's come into the glute massage. Go ahead and hook your pinky toe edge, or you can even grab it if that feels better. Lean onto your left hand and then circle around on your big muscles that support you all day long. And again, when you find a spot, just pause, stay, melt into it. Where your mind goes, energy flows. So use your attention, your breath, and the shape to create freedom in your body by getting deep into your tissues. All right, let's come back to center. And we'll make our way into downward facing dog. So both hands to the top of your mat. You can move through a tabletop position if you'd like. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Then take a few breaths here as you pedal out your feet, sway your hips, shake your head. What'll help you shake off any energy on the surface to get deep into your body, deep into your tissues, so that you feel strong in your home base pose, downward facing dog. All right, now walk your hands back to your feet. Check it out. Ensure that you have at least 2 fists between your feet. Then slide your palms to your shins, halfway lift, stretch from your hips out through your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Catch opposite elbows. Notice I have a big bend in my knees. You want to bend enough so your belly or your ribs rest on your thighs. Then you can access more release, more flexibility and freedom through your spine. Okay, release your hands to the ground. Try this out. Step your feet to the outer edges of your mat. So we're going into a wide forward fold here. Bend your knees, palms to shins. Halfway lift again. Exhale, forward fold, ragdoll with wide stance. Sway side to side if that feels good. And notice the difference between the 2 stances. All right, hands to the earth, downward facing dog. Really dig down through your big toe knuckles and your baby toe knuckles of your feet. Then work both sides of your heels towards the ground. So notice my heels aren't touching the earth, but the action, the energy is one of grounding, pressing down. That will help light up your leg muscles and radiate your breath. Next, inhale, look forward, shift forward into a high plank pose. Pause here. Press your heels away from you, stretch your heart forward. Look forward, press to your toes, lower all the way down. So all together for this first time through. Untuck your toes, seal your toenails to the mat, slide your palms back underneath your elbows. Use your mat as a platform to express as you engage your upper back. Inhale, rise, low cobra. This time float your palms up. So you're pressing down through your hips, your feet. Lift up a little higher and exhale, lower. This time, crawl your 10 fingers off the outer edges of your mat, go wide. Pop your elbows up to the sky. Dig down through your finger pads. Inhale, roll up, funky cobra. Exhale, surrender down. Move your hands back to the mat underneath your elbows. Shift your hips back to your heels. Come through child's pose. Stay here if this feels good for a few breaths. And know that this pose is always there for you to rest, to reconnect, to reground your energy. Then let's meet in downward facing dog. Next inhale, sweep your right leg high. On your exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step to your right thumb. Lower your left knee down. For today, untuck your back toes. Inhale, scoop your heart forward. Exhale, allow your hips to sink a little deeper. Really ground through your front foot, your right big toe mound. Now, swivel your left heel off the right edge of your mat. Work your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Left hand to your left hip. Modified extended side angle. Now, if you have a block close to you or your water bottle, you can place it to the inside of your right foot. Lift the earth up to you so you have a platform to ground into and express even more. Lean your heart back. Nice. Look down. Both hands to the top of your mat. Re-extend your left leg. Tuck your left toes under and elevate your knee. Step back, downward facing dog. All right, take a moment to pedal out your knees and notice the difference between your two sides. Notice how that first hip opening posture impacted you. Let's work it on the left side. Inhale, sweep your leg high. Exhale, step forward. Lower your right knee down, untuck your back toes, press down through the top of your foot. Inhale, scoop your heart forward. Exhale, sink deeper into your tissues. Hear and feel your breath, and notice how your body responds as you tune in and breathe. Now, spin your left shin to point off the left edge of your mat. Left hand to the inside of your left foot. I'm going to use my block. That felt good on the other side. Right hand to your hip. Slide your tailbone down as you zip up your low belly. When we press down into the earth, we get access to more lifting of energy into the core. Lifting, lengthening, freedom, and flexibility. All right, look down. Reset your hands at the top of your mat. Re-extend your right leg. Pop your leg up. Zip up your inner thighs. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. All right, look forward. Bend your knees. Walk your feet up to your hands. Really press down into your feet with every step. Use it as a platform. Your mat is your platform for expression. Palms to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, feet wide. Inhale, rise to stand, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Set your gaze at your fingertips or take a moment to close your eyes. Allow your energy to bend inward. Feel your feet firmly on the earth. And from the earth, lift energy up into your core, through your heart, through the top of your head. When we root down, we have access to rising higher. Okay, open your eyes. Sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep your arms around, reach up, look up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as you fold forward. Palms to shins, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high pose. Either drop your knees or keep them lifted. Everyone lower all the way down. Inhale, low cobra. Ground through the tops of your feet. Float your palms for today. Build your upper back strength. Exhale, lower down. Press into your hands. Shift back through child's pose. And now, hips high, downward facing dog. Steady your breath. Set your gaze between your heels. And ground down through your hands and your feet. One more time. Inhale, look forward. Bend your knees. Walk your feet up to your hands. Feet separated at hip distance or wider. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold. Press down to rise up. Reach to the sky. And exhale, draw the energy back to your heart center. Release your arms by your sides. Next inhale, circle your arms out and around. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Palms to shins, halfway lift. Vinyasa, high push up, Lower all the way down. Inhale, low cobra, palms lifted today. Exhale through child's pose. Then into downward facing dog. Steady your breath. And come down to your knees. Sit back on your heels. Bring both hands to heart center. Feel your breath and smooth out the transitions between your inhale and your exhale. Now open your eyes and go ahead and look up here just for a moment. I want to establish some consistency and grounding power through our hands. When we're in downward facing dog that we do so much, what I've been noticing is that sometimes students have their fingers turned in. This actually rounds the shoulders forward. So to really harness the full power from our hands into our hearts, aim to have your index fingers at 12 o'clock or slightly turned out to the upper edges of the mat. So let's come back into downward facing dog and play with your hand placement. Right, downward facing dog. Glance up at your hands, see that your index fingers are facing straight forward, parallel at 12 o'clock. Then drop your head. Hear your breath. And notice the impact on your wrists and your shoulders. All right, now look up at your hands, slightly turn your fingers out. Drop your head again. Couple breaths here. Next, experiment. That's all we're doing is experimenting what feels good and what works best. Turn your fingers in slightly like you're pigeon toeing your hands. Drop your head. Notice how this feels and where you feel it. Okay, now find your sweet spot, your placement that empowers you to feel grounded and free. Big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Drop down to your knees. Sit back on your heels. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Open mouth exhale. Okay, open your eyes. Shake out your wrists a little bit. I was talking to my mom the other day and she had some questions about hand placement in downward facing dog. And the hand placement in down dog is the same every time we have our hands on the mat. The feet placement is similar every time we have our feet on the earth. So we want to ground down through the big knuckles, so index knuckle, big toe knuckle, press down to lift energy up into us. All right, let's move on, yogis. Downward facing dog. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, step to your right thumb. Spin your left heel to the earth. Dig down through your big toe mounds, both sides of your heels. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Palms to heart center, then open your wings wide. Go a little deeper into your legs. Press down through your feet, lift up into your core, lock your low belly. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Maybe go deeper into your front leg. Notice how that feels. Lean back even further. Exhale, both hands to the top of your mat. Step back, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale through child's pose. Then downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, float your left leg high. Exhale, step to your left thumb. Spin your right heel down. Gather your power from your feet, up your legs into your core, then rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Open up your hips, open across your chest through your heart. Set your gaze over your front middle finger. Go deeper. Challenge your limits with curiosity and calm. Let your energy be grounded. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step back, high push up to low. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Steady your breath. Use the anchors of your hands and your feet to lift your hips higher. Create long lines through your body. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Step forward, warrior one. On your exhale, warrior two. This time, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. and straighten your front leg. All right, we're coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose for prep. Dig down through your feet, lift up to your core, stretch your heart higher. Keep all of that length, hinge forward, reach beyond the top edge of your mat. Then place your right hand down to the outside of your right ankle. Great place to use your block. Option to keep your left hand to your hip or expand your left arm high. Then swing your hips forward and your heart back behind you. And now soften your upper ribs. Zip up your low belly and inhale, rise to stand. All right, grab your hips. Spin all 10 toes so they face the left edge of your mat. Press down through your big toe mounds, baby toe mounds. Roll your shoulders up and back. Inhale, lift your heart high. Exhale, pour forward, wide straddle, forward fold. Land your fingers in between your inner arches and drop your head. You can also come to your forearms if that's comfortable, or stay in a halfway lift. Deep, full breaths in whatever shape honors your support, your grounding, and energizes your body. Everyone, grab your hips, rise to stand. All right, now spin your heels in, sit your hips low, goddess pose. Goddess pose. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs, rock side to side. Now come into stillness in the center. We'll add on a twist. Drop your right shoulder down, pull your left shoulder back, look over your left shoulder. Switch sides. Drop your left shoulder down, right shoulder back. Then come to center. All right, right forearm down to your right thigh, sweep your left arm long. Notice if your muscles are starting to quake. This means you're bringing energy into your mighty leg muscles. Stay with it. Hands to heart center. It's part of the growing process. If it's too much, you just lift your hips up, or you stay and stay with your steady breath. All right, come back to center, hands to heart. Ground down through your feet, rise. Nice work, yogis. Spin your left heel back behind you. Come into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, vinyasa, or simply step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Left side, inhale, float your left leg high. With your exhale, move from your center, step forward, right heel down. Inhale, we rise, warrior. Exhale, warrior two. I'm going to turn to face y'all. Reverse your warrior, stay low into your legs, peel open your side ribs. Keep all of this length, straighten your front leg. Hinge forward, touch down, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So we want 3 points on the earth here. If you're going for your shin, I suggest trying to go wider in your base, so your hand outside of your ankle on a block or a cushion. Remember, lift the earth up to you. Lean your heart back, swing your hips more forward. Press more through your heels. Zip up your low belly. Inhale, rise. Come up to stand, catch your hips. This time, turn your toes in, heels slightly out, catch a bind at your back. So we've got a couple of options here. You can either grab opposite elbows, or you can interlace all 10 fingers. Wherever you are, roll your shoulders up and back. Big breath in, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hear and feel your breath in the fold. And wherever you are, shift your weight more towards your toes, so slightly out of your heels. You'll feel your hips align with your heels. Release your arm bind. Fingertips to the earth, come to a halfway lift. Zip up your low belly. Grab your hips, rise to stand. Nice work. Okay, second goddess. Turn your heels in, sit deep into your mighty leg muscles. This time, turn your thumbs to the inner thighs and work your thigh bones down to the ground even more. All right, we got this. Now extend your right arm long like you're pressing the right wall away from you. Left side. Pull your upper arm bones back. Sit a little lower. Hear and feel your breath. We're building strength in our muscles that support us all day long. Sit a little deeper. You got this. Rise up. Nice work. Spin your back heel back, front toes forward. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Vinyasa. Walk halfway up your mat. Drop down to your knees. Cross your ankles behind you. Roll over your feet and come to lay down on your back. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of options for bridge pose. I'll work you through traditional bridge pose. If you feel like you've already spent a lot of energy in the class so far and you have a block, you can always lift your hips up, lay your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of your spine, on a block. This is a great passive back bend. If you want an active back bend, align your heels underneath your knees. We'll press down through all four corners of the feet, ground the triceps into the earth, press the back of your head into the earth. So that's option two. If you're ready for full wheel, you just extend your arms overhead, plant your hands outside of your ears, and know that I usually do supported bridge or regular bridge. All right, let's go up together. Press down through your feet, ground into your foundation. Inhale, lift your hips up. If you are without a block, you can snuggle your shoulders closer together, even use your hands underneath your hip points to help lift your hips up even more. Whatever shape you've created, lean into the foundation of your breath. Ujjayi pranayama. Slowly lower one vertebra at a time. If you're in supported bridge, lift your hips up slightly, remove the block. We'll all meet down in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. One hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly. Smooth out your breath. Notice what shifted within your body. All together, big breath in. Feel both hands lift. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs. Use your hands to work your knees together. Pull both legs in towards your chest. Gently rock side to side. Catch your right shin and extend your left leg long. If this is too much, you can always keep a bend in your knee, ground through your left. Otherwise, extend your left leg long, flex your left foot, flex your right toes as well, and pull your right knee towards your right armpit. With your exhale, we'll take a twist. Cross your right knee off the left edge of your mat. You can even lift your hips up, swing it more to the right edge of your mat. Keep your feet engaged, reach your right arm long, turn and look over your right shoulder. With every inhale, lengthen from your tail up through your heart. Every exhale, gently invite your low belly back. Give your vital organs and all of the tissues around your spine one final rinse. Slowly come back to center. Pull both legs into your chest, rock side to side, and notice the difference between your two sides. All right, left side. Pull your left knee towards your armpit, slide your right leg long, keep all 10 toes engaged. As you pull your knee towards your armpit, your thigh will help compress your digestive organs and flushing more blood, more attention, more prana to your vital life force energy and into your vital organs. All right, let's take our twist. Cross over to the right edge of your mat. Extend your left wing long. Turn and look over your left shoulder. If this feels good at this point in the practice, you can always close your eyes. Closing your eyes signals to your body, your brain, your nervous system that it's time to start transitioning into rest. At the base of your next exhale, come back to center. Rock side to side. And then let's come into a big hug in a small ball. So go ahead and wrap your forearms around your shins, catch opposite elbows, squeeze everything in, see if you can kiss your knees. And on your exhale, extend out in all directions. Feet wide, arms wide, heart open. Let go of your breath. Close your eyes. And come into the most important pose. Final rest, Shavasana. I'll meet you in a seated pose. Once your rest is complete, I'll hold space for you. In your final rest, as best as you can, let go of any effort of your body and your mind. Let the earth, the ground of your body, your being, be at ease and open to receive the gifts from your yoga practice today. And if you have time in the space to stay in Shavasana longer, please do so. If you're ready to move on, begin to reawaken your fingers and your toes. Gently rock your head side to side. Sweep your arms overhead and slide your feet together. Take one more deep breath in. An open mouth exhale. Pull your knees in towards your chest, come back into a small ball, and gently roll onto one side. Notice how you feel now. Notice the depth of your breath now, the quality of energy within the earth of your body. Keeping this energy close, press yourself up to a seat. And with our eyes closed, let's meet facing one another with hands at heart center. Lift your heart up into your thumbs. We'll seal our practice together with a final Om. Take a deep breath in. Lift your prayer hands up to your third eye. Seal the wisdom from your body into your mind. May we use yoga as our lens for greater connection, ease, and purpose. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for sharing your yoga practice today. Please join us for more yoga and meditation on Round Glass or on our app.